welcome to the Regular Joe's podcast. I'm Dave Pisani.
I'm Barry Kay.
I'm Todd Pleasant. Hey, Barry, was that a new intro?
As a matter of fact, it was, Todd. Thank you for that
awesome.
segue.
Great.
Yeah, we're making some changes around here, and one of the changes is a new updated intro song. It's faster and more intense, just like George Lucas always asked for.
Yeah.
And it no longer has the extended guitar solo at the end. So, but it is still me on all the instruments. So
I like it.
And that is one of a couple changes coming. Nothing bad, all good. All to make your experience better.
Change is good. Change is good. It's good to put a fresh coat of paint on things every now and then.
Exactly. It's only been 13
Every 600
years.
episodes or so, it's just time to mix it.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Every 13 years, we make a minor change.
Yep.
Yeah, we are the longest running podcast that nobody listens to. No, that's not.
They've tried to stop us.
They
and
won't.
can't.
We will not be censored.
That's right. That's right.
Screw the government.
That's it.
Sinclair Media may boycott us, but
Fuck
we're
those
still
guys.
on.
They're pieces of shit. That's for sure. I know that.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And they rolled over. So, yeah.
And you are still allowed to have that, at least as the last time I checked.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll see.
I could tell you stories about some of those people, to be honest.
But
but I won't.
When is they rolled over. And that's
exactly.
That's
Oh, yeah. You take away Monday Night Football, and then everybody's, oh, my God, yeah. It's all about money. That's the bottom line. No one has principles. It's all about money. Screw all
Well,
that.
and that's why we don't have to worry about that, because we don't make any money
We
from
make
stuff.
nothing.
I disagree with the no one has principles, because I actually believe
I
a whole lot of people made their voices heard.
I meant all the bad people. Is
Oh,
what
I
I
know
meant.
at least two people on this podcast that canceled their Disney Plus.
I haven't even signed up back up again.
Yeah,
I would have canceled mine if I didn't pay for it for a year in advance.
Yeah. Well, anyways, like I said, yeah.
But we're going to talk about a couple of shows. I guess they're probably owned by Disney some way, but they're okay for right now. We're going to talk about Alien Earth. We're going to talk about Peacemaker and some other stuff. Did we talk about Peacemaker at all in this show yet?
I don't think yet this year.
I don't think we have talked about this season.
I mean, this season, really? Interesting.
No, we haven't. Because I watched it early and you guys hadn't got there yet.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
if we have at all, I know we didn't go deep, and we certainly didn't.
A lot has changed.
We certainly didn't cover episode 6.
Any mention of the first episode, a lot has changed.
I said to the guys, since 6 is a biggie, let's talk about it. There'll be spoilers. You should watch, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's go some random. Todd, what do you got?
So X-Men 97 Season 2 is coming. In an interview with Ross Marquand, who plays Professor X, was in Walking Dead, was the second Red Skull also. He says, I'm amazing Disney greenlit it because it's so dark, very dark. A lot of people die. And so many people don't talk about it. Just being honest. So I absolutely love this show. It was one of my favorite things last year. They took what was a perfect 1990s cartoon and then updated it for the people who watched it as kids so they could watch it as an adult. Really, really good. And I'm really excited to see what they do with this. So, but it's going to be dark, as they say. So, yeah.
Cool. Barry, what do you got?
I'm not sure anybody really is super excited and on the edge of their seat waiting for Stranger Things Season 5 to start later this year. But I thought it was interesting. They did release the run times for each episode. I don't know if either of you saw this, but I'm just going to run down this.
I thought it was out already. I don't even remember. No, I'm
they're
looking
releasing
forward to it.
They're releasing it in 3 chunks.
Oh, yeah. That's bullshit.
Christmas Eve.
What?
Oh, I think Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then New Year's Eve. Each one of those.
Like, what the hell is that about?
Well, so you might need that, though, because here we go. Episode 1 is 2 hours and 10 minutes long.
Wow.
Episode 2 is 2 hours and 25 minutes long. Episode 3 is 2 hours and 5 minutes long. So is episode 4. Episode 5 is 2 hours and 15 minutes. Episode 6 is 2 hours and 30 minutes. Episode 7 is 2 hours and 40 minutes. And episode 8 is 3 hours.
What?
They're mini movies, or not even mini movies. They're
Those are
movies.
Those are
full-blown
bigger than
movies.
movies.
They are
Wow.
bigger than movies.
Crap.
All right, it's nuts, right? I mean,
So I
I
wonder,
hope there's enough
do they
there.
like get like a year older in each thing? Is it just going to follow them until they catch up to their actual ages?
I hope to your point. I hope that this isn't just bloated. That there's
Yeah.
like this much story to tell. Like that's kind of crazy.
Didn't see that anywhere. That's interesting. You know, I from my recollection, but there have been 4 seasons. They've all been good, right? There hasn't been like
No, I've enjoyed
crappy
all of it. And
season,
I'm
has
curious
there?
to see how it ends. I'm
but there's nothing
disappointed that
that's
the
been
kids
They're not
really
like-
bad.
bad. There's not like,
No.
oh my God, season 2
No,
is
the
just
kids
awful.
are just so old now that I don't know how it's going to play out. But
I did see a video of what's her face? L11 getting her wig put on. And once you put that on, she looks completely different. Not like the 30-year-old woman she is in real life. No, she's not, but that's interesting.
yeah, but there's a lot of content. So the fact that they're
I hope
breaking it up
they're
into
doing the
3
right
drops
thing
is
with it.
actually not such a bad thing.
It's interesting. No, it's just one of these things that it's been very long between seasons. It's never really disappointed. If I knew about it, I'd look forward to it.
Yeah. The amazing thing is this is not what the show they were expecting to make. The original plan for the show was to revisit those characters 10 years later and have them played by different actors.
Oh, interesting.
That was
now you can
the
have them
original
play
plan.
the same actors.
That was the
themselves.
original plan, and the show went over so well, they decided to bring the kids back and do it again, and they've been off plan since that. But the original plan was to move it forward until ultimately it was set in the present day.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
So kind of like what they did with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that may have precluded them doing it, but yeah, that was the original plan. But then the kids worked out so well that they stuck with it. So
Yeah, the challenge that you have, though, is that those kids aged way faster than they could pump out the episodes.
But
So,
they can do time jumps, I would imagine. Well, although Sadie Sink,
I was going to
was
say,
like
I feel if
hanging-
they time jump like 10 years and that poor,
it's
poor
hard to do a
resident
time
girl
jump,
been
though,
broken for
when
10
the
years.
story is, I think, supposed to pick up where
Yeah.
the last one ended.
that was
like 3
crazy
years
shit.
ago.
The last couple episodes was really crazy. But I look forward to it. I just need to be reminded that it's out there. Here's another quickie that it's sort of it's a rumor, and I hate reporting on rumors because I feel like all we get is rumors and podcast information, but it comes from the director himself, more or less. They are talking by the end of next year going into production on Edge of Tomorrow 2. Doug Liman made a ton of comments that they have a script, or at least an outline. And they all are committing to it. Whether that actually happens or not, we will see.
Love that movie, so
Okay, I love that movie. Do you think there's a sequel in there?
I don't think it
I
needs
just
a
kind of
sequel.
feel like
it's had a great ending. I
it
don't
had a great
think it
ending.
needs
It was a self-contained thing. I mean, do you get stuck in another time loop? I mean, it's like, yeah.
His comment was, "This will redefine how sequels are made." Whatever that means.
So if you
I don't
Maybe
know.
it goes
two
back in
principal
time and
characters-
talked about how they got here.
If you take the 2 principal characters and you move them into a different storyline, if you do the aliens thing, where you make it a completely different movie, but you're using the same structure, setting, characters, I could see that working. But boy, if they do that same thing again, it's
No, they can't. It could. I mean, what would stop them from those aliens knowing who caused this and them to come after them or something?
But I feel like they need to do something else. They need to take it to the aliens or something like that.
Something. We'll
There's
see.
got to
I
be
mean,
just a way of doing this and not having it be the same story, and or just a callback to the glory days. It is. I'll tell you. It's one of my favorite Tom Cruise films. It may be on given days. It may be my favorite Tom Cruise film. I hope they don't screw this up.
yeah.
I mean, and I say this admitting that I really do enjoy the movie Starship Troopers, but you don't want to see it turn into Starship Troopers either.
No, Barry, that is a perfect analogy. Because boy, that was, in its day, that was lightning in the bottle, and it was a bunch of bottles of poop after that.
There's like 7 of them, I think, or some crazy. There are a ton of them.
70, whatever.
And look, the first one is in its own right is cheesy, but I love it. But everything that came after that,
again, for its time, for what it is, it's great. And I like I said, it's just you got to look at it in the context of its time. But boy, everything came afterwards just was rancid.
Sure. They just did a whole cast reunion someplace.
Yep,
I saw some pictures of that. Yeah.
So we'll see. There's a bunch. Oh, you're not there, but Todd, there's a bunch at Rhode Island. Dina Meyer's there, and I think a bunch of other people.
If I were there, Dina Meyer is certainly somebody I would want to meet.
Hasn't she been there before? Is she or
she's been somewhere we've been before?
I don't know that I ever saw her. But anyway, any other random?
I got one more quick. This will mean nothing to you, Dave, but James Gunn says one of Barry and my favorite characters we will see live action, and that is G.I. Robot.
Nice.
So I kind of hope it's in Peacemaker. I don't know, how they're going to fit him in, but G.I. Robot is awesome, and I think it would be the perfect spot to squeeze him in there. So, but
I can't even imagine him in live action.
It could be Clayface.
He said the Mechanical Soldier is eventually making the leap into live action. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. It's not necessarily when you think you're going to see him, but I can't wait to see that. So
and I hope he's voiced by the same.
Oh my God, he's got to be. Yep. Shall we kill Nazis today? So it's like, awesome.
Well, we'll talk about it when we get to the season, when we talk about Peacemaker, but
definitely an opportunity.
There's potentially an opportunity for that.
I thought you were going to say in the real world, there's plenty of opportunities for killing Nazis.
Well, if we only had a GI robot
not that
here.
we like violence, but we should get rid of Nazis.
Yeah.
Nazis, not so good.
Yeah. You know who would also kill Nazis?
No, I had something else quick. There was a friend of the show, Heritage Auctions. They had a Guillermo del Toro auction. I don't remember how many pieces were in the auction. I think it was 130. 83 sold, which I thought more would sell. So it seems like a fair number of lots passed.
You think that he was just starting bids were too high? Or?
I don't know. Did anyone look at the catalog? I had it, and I looked through it, and then I
flipped through online, and 90% of it's just not my thing.
It total sales were 1.6 million. I don't know if that's good or bad, but there were some big pieces. He had an original H.R. Giger piece of artwork that went for $325,000. He had a Frankenstein piece from some famous artist. I don't remember his name. Went for $250,000. Next, this is like the top 5. 2 Pacific Rim suits went for $75,000, and a Hellboy coat went for $50,000. So those aren't giant numbers.
Oh, they're not.
So I don't know. Maybe he's happy. Maybe he's not. I don't really know. But he is moving his stuff along. I mean, I agree, Barry. It wasn't I appreciate him. His movies aren't, other than maybe Hellboy, his movies aren't like my kind of thing, but
he likes a lot of the same things that we like, and if
he likes a lot of stuff that we think is super creepy. Also,
but if he has a lot of that stuff in his collection, and if that was the stuff he was selling, I potentially would have been a little bit more.
I think he's got a lot of Haunted Mansion stuff. He's got a lot of cool stuff, but you never know. There is a part 2. I think this is supposed to be in 3 parts, so we'll see.
Since you mentioned Heritage, do you want to talk here about the preview that we went to?
No, let's talk about Fanboy Collectibles.
Okay.
We'll hold that for a second.
All right.
Speaking of creepy things, there is a Last of Us clicker statue, which I know there's people who are into horror, so buy that. Not for me personally, but it does look exactly like those guys.
It certainly does, and it's cool. It's very cool.
Yeah. We talked about it before the show. There's a Hot Toys Human Torch figure that has him as the full figure, and also you could have him half on fire, which looks awesome. And the head sculpt on that looks really good.
It's really interesting that they put the other figures up for pre-order a couple weeks back, and this one came later, and I don't know why that is.
Was there no Johnny Storm before?
No.
Oh, I thought this was a different version of him.
No, this is.
No, I think they were just holding
and a number
him.
of people have been waiting, saying that they want to buy all four, but they want to see all four of them. So
I think that thing looks really good. If I bought one
really
of those, that would be the one to buy. He really looks good.
1/3 scale Dr. Doom statue looks really cool too.
I think
Very
Darwin
big.
likes it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they got Hot Toys and Sideshow and Kotobukiya and Pops and everything you need. They really do have everything. And I hate to say it, but before you know it, it's going to be the holiday season. As we are like, as you listen to this, like 3 months out from Christmas, right? October, November. Ugh, is that crazy? Or the holidays?
Well, and we're 1 month out from Halloween, and there's some really cool stuff that's sort of Halloween themed on their site.
If you give gifts on Halloween, we take gifts on Halloween if you want to buy them.
H.P. Lovecraft fan, there's a Dr. Herbert West Reanimator statue.
Oh, I did see that. That was was cool.
And that's about as creepy as it gets. So.
Yeah. So check those guys out, fanboycollectibles.com. Check them out at their store in Newtown, Connecticut, and tell them the regular Joe sent you. You want to do? We're talking 2 shows. You want to do 1 show? We'll do the Heritage thing, and then we'll.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So, spoilers: Alien Earth ended after 7 episodes. Right? That was the one that was 7.
No, it was 8.
What is something has 7? Something
It
else
wasn't
I'm
Alien
watching.
Earth.
It's
Alien
7.
Earth had
Never
8.
mind.
Dave, did you see the end of Alien Earth?
I was wondering, when was everyone going to get caught? No. I think Dark Wolf is 7 episodes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I know something. So 8 episodes, yeah. So there's spoilers, by the way. Here's the thing. Season 2 is not confirmed.
No, they have not confirmed a season 2.
I can't imagine they won't do a season 2, but it definitely. I don't think it ended on a cliffhanger. I think it ended on definitely end of a story point.
I would say that if it ends there, that's a satisfying ending. But I would like to see what happens next, knowing that there are things imminently about to happen to those characters. I'd like to see what happens next.
Well, that's the thing. If it was a show not connected to anything else, you could say okay, that could be an ending. But as we exist in whatever year it is, 2 years before Alien, there's aliens. There's tons of people know about them. They can't exist in this without, right?
Right. Yeah.
So they got to go to
unless
season
we're
2.
left to believe that this is like
either an epilogue where Weyland Yutani drops a nuke on that island, or there's a second season.
Yeah.
So,
what I was just going to say was, unless this is meant to be like the Sopranos ending, where they say, now we're going to take charge, and 2 seconds later they get nuked out of existence. But then they should have just showed us that.
I read an article with Noah Hawley, and he said, there's definitely places he wants to go with this. At one point, he said there could be up as many as 5 seasons. He sort of backtracked on that and says, I don't know, but for season 2, there's plenty of places. So he wants season 2 for sure. So, and I think he's designed out.
I don't think there can be more than 2 or 3 seasons of this, because it needs to wrap up and not be running concurrently with Alien.
Well, the thing, I mean,
it
this
also
whole
takes place over a matter of months. I mean,
this whole show took place over a couple of a week or 2, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's not a it doesn't.
But I don't want to wait 3 years for the next season of this. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we don't.
As we sit here, it not even being confirmed, and the idea that they're going to have to get all these people back together and carve out time in all their schedules and all the post-production work, It could be 3 years before we see the next.
I hope we
episode.
don't see that kind of thing anymore, because I
Yeah.
thought that was writer strikes and pandemics and all kinds of nonsense. Look at The Diplomat. Not the same kind of show. That's already come out this month or next month.
Yeah, but I could be wrong. I felt like with The Diplomat, like they shot a full season and broke it into 2 halves.
It did end awfully quickly.
It ended.
kind of
It was
feel
only
that
like
way.
6 episodes.
I would say I really like the show.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people who bitch about it. They wanted more of this. They wanted more of that. They had preconceived ideas in mind. I liked that it was very different than anything that we've seen, that we see other parts of the same, this kind of universe. And I found the characters really interesting. I think, and very different. Not like there was no Ripley analog. There was no anybody that, though I tell you, when we first saw on that ship, it was just like, oh, okay, that's this person. And that's it. You were kind of picking people out and you were saying, it's like, oh, this is going to be a very similar thing. And I think that was misdirection.
And they killed all of them.
And they killed all,
Yeah.
like immediately.
And I went into it with very low expectations, even though I like Noah Hawley's stuff.
Yep.
But I was pleasantly surprised. I loved it way more than I thought I would. It was like my
Me too.
go-to show. It was airing every week. I couldn't wait for the next episode.
I agree, Barry. And I think, like I said, I think he did a great job taking, very much in the way Alien Romulus did, taking all the stuff that we know and not dwelling in the things that we've seen a million times before.
Yeah.
And giving us, different perspectives on it. I love the alien just like ripping through and taking out all the soldiers and stuff. And that
they didn't even need to show it the second
need
time.
to
They
show
just
it.
showed
And again,
the bloody bodies on the ground in the
we've
aftermath.
always seen these things fighting in a confined space. So you never really think about
Out on the beach.
How brutal they would be, like with no walls or halls or any kind of obstacles.
Or in a jungle where there's like camouflage.
Yeah. I mean, and I love the aspect of her being able to communicate with them.
That's really good. We're really seeing another level of these aliens. Like what's the screen time of Aliens before now? Like, does it even total 5 minutes other than the Alien versus Predator ones? So we really have seen basically the same thing. Like you said, confined space, to kill someone, they move on. Here we're seeing them, being communicated to
and hunting.
Hunting. Yeah.
More like a predator than an alien from what we're used to.
Yes.
And the little one, even though they grow up very quickly in some of the movies, we saw that little one was still in the I guess they had it captured.
Oh, and that final scene when they're like in that cage and then they pan up and you realize the alien has just been sitting there on the cage the whole time.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was so good. Yeah. So well done. I really, really loved it.
I think the characters, they gave them space to sort of flesh themselves out, but they also grew on you. At first it was like, I don't know what's up with all these people, but you definitely got more exposed to them and you got a little more of what they're all about. I kind of wanted her to be like this alien killing machine, but we may get there. We may not get there. I don't know. She may be a human killing machine. We just don't know. But
yeah, well, it seemed like she was prepared to potentially turn on her brother at one point. Like she didn't, but
she didn't. I think she made her position very well known. I mean, it was just, and again, I did not know for certain that he was just basically like shutting her down when he shot her with the big taser thing. And, I think about him, I would have articulated that if I hadn't done that, they would have done that and she'd be dead. But yeah, no, she's got different allegiances. She's got competing allegiances. And it's I think it's really
in a show where you've got the xenomorph alien for another creature to become the breakout star of the
Creature
show,
that
that
fits in the
freaking
palm of
eyeball.
your hand. A creature that fits in the palm of your hand is creepier than the xenomorph.
Yeah.
So I just love when they're like randomly trying to pick a human host to stick this thing in. Oh, we want someone less physically imposing. Oh, let's use her brother. How about one of the guys? How about one of the mold remover guys? They're not that smart.
And it's everywhere. Like there are people making them and selling them on Etsy, and I've seen
there's
people on
costumes.
Facebook with
I've
them.
seen so many versions of people taking like a sheep costume and putting the eyeball in it. I mean,
I totally want the fake eyeball that fits over my eyeball and has like half my face is gone. I think that would be awesome.
We were at an outlet mall yesterday, and there was a T-shirt store, I guess, or a clothing store that sells all goat clothing. And I went in just to see what the hell it was, and I came out, and Maria's like, "Was there one with an eyeball?" Like, no. Like, it's everywhere. But for like that to me is the biggest thing they pulled off was having a creepier creature than the alien in an alien show.
It's just the way it moves and stuff.
And it wasn't even just the fact that every one of those things was in some way threatening. Even the things that we only saw one, like the things that latched onto the neck, sucked all the plasma out of somebody and then just like walked away. All these different creatures, the fly things were terrifying.
The fly things were terrible. And that big sort of sucky
the
pod
big,
monster.
That thing that comes down from the ceiling. Yeah.
It's
but
like,
just what's creepier to me, it's not just creepy that the eyeball octopus thing, the way it looks, but the fact that it's as smart as it is.
It's like, a little.
It's benevolent. I mean, it's just that it was so.
It's a little charming. I think I liked when it was like knocking on the glass when the other monster was coming.
But also the fact that it takes over like the most benign of animals and makes it sinister. That was Noah Hawley is freaking brilliant. Okay, I mean, and think about this. This is like yet another like franchise that he's had kind of handed to him, and he's added to it in significant ways, but also made it his own, and that's really, really hard to do. And I give him incredible credit for this. It was, I think it was just really, really good. They made everything about Boy Cavalier, so like. You so wanted to punch him in the face every single time you saw him.
Oh my God, you really do.
And and the fact that, like, in the end, and he kind of smiles because, like, you're kind of like, is that a nervous smile or is this just he just wants to break things, and he just knows that he's just broken everything.
And I think that he thrives in chaos.
I think he also was
creating
proud
it,
of
and
her,
he likes
what he made. I mean, his creation took over everything, basically.
I just love the how they just kept. She was displaying these abilities, and yet they consistently underestimated her. Okay. And it was just the perfect.
They had no idea she could do some of the things she was doing. They certainly didn't build her to do those.
Barry, she was controlling the monitors and the electronic systems and all this stuff that she should not have access to. She was controlling it herself, and they were just fascinated by her ability, not thinking that like, oh yeah, she's this guy, this minder is actually a machine, and he's not going to threaten her. That was I thought that was great.
And we did see the synthetic person and the cyborg, I guess, face off. I thought the cyborg guy only had like a strong arm. I guess he's got other implants too, because he's got to have. Strong.
And we go back to the Steve Austin thing, where it's like you can have a cybernetic arm, but like if your skeleton isn't reinforced, you can't pick up any more than a human being can with it.
That's true.
So there's got to have been other, it's got to have been like focused on his arm, but he's got to have had other enhancements.
But I did like how they just basically put a cap over his hand so he couldn't use
which, of course, he's going to use as a weapon. Okay, it's like it's No, and he was a consistently interesting character too.
Yeah.
So
totally.
Felt bad for Arthur, I got to say. This poor dude. Okay, he gets used. he's killed, he's left for dead, and now he's like walking around with the eyeball in him.
Right, but now at least it's in a creature that should be able to communicate.
It should be, but a lot of his guts have been ripped out too. So
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the octopus eyeball does with a human being.
Yeah. Well, didn't we see him in a person in the spaceship?
In a cat.
No, that was wrong, by the way. In one of the flashbacks, I thought he was in a person.
I don't remember that. I don't think so. I think we only saw him in the cat. I think they didn't. That would have made him too scary. I think they built up slowly.
No, we totally saw him in a dude.
Really?
Yeah. Some guy with like reddish hair or something. Was it on the ship? On the ship?
I don't remember.
Maybe it was a short thing. I don't remember it being a story point necessarily. But
no, there was just sort of a little.
Was it one of the maintenance guys?
I thought so.
I thought that was something else.
Maybe.
Anyway, but it's no. I think the show is superb, and I think it's, I know it's gotten mixed. It's gotten very good reviews, but it's got mixed user ratings, and
what are people looking for? They want aliens over and over again.
Again, it's like if people go into these shows with preconceived notions of what they're expecting, and it's like everyone's complaining about the kids, and I thought they were very interesting characters. I thought the actors did a really good job being childlike in their portrayals.
Oh, for sure.
And it also hit right at a time where a lot of people were saying, cancel Hulu, cancel Disney. So
yeah.
I'm not sure everybody's seen the whole thing yet. And now that it's all out there, maybe people will go back and now that they're re-engaging with their Disney and Hulu subscriptions, maybe they'll watch it.
Yeah.
I think it's worth watching.
It's definitely worth watching. It's fun.
I also think I think the shooting on the show was great. I thought that, the angles that, I love the stuff in the cage where they're like all lined up around, she's sitting in the middle of the floor and they're all lined up on the walls behind her. It was just, it like I said, just very, very cinematic, very well done. And I hope we get more.
Yeah, we will see.
I don't want to wait 3 years for it. I want it within the next 18 months.
I think this was a big undertaking, and hopefully they kept everything, and they kept, they're ready to just jump back in. Who knows? They could already been doing it, and they're just holding off the announcement.
Hopefully, maybe if that, according to him, he hasn't heard it, but you never know. He's not going to say that. So, okay, we could do it quickly. Barry and I went to a Heritage auction preview. We had gone to one a couple of weeks, months, whenever.
Yeah, it was about 2 months ago.
Yeah. And sorry, Brian, we didn't think there was enough for you to come into 4 hours each way to see, but.
Well, as we were saying, and I guess every one of these things is different based on the circumstances, but the first one we went to, there were literally 5 items in the gallery, and they were 5 really cool items, but we didn't know what to expect, and this time the gallery was filled. So,
yeah. So this is,
there was a lot to see.
An auction, the Steven Berkowitz, the Stuart Berkowitz collection. So this guy, Dr. Stuart Berkowitz, passed away, I guess not that long ago, and he's collected 60s TV stuff, 60s, 70s TV stuff for, I guess,
decades,
a very long decades.
Yeah, and he was featured on Collector's Call a couple seasons ago, so like a lot of this stuff was on that show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mostly 60s and 70s, although it also goes back to the Honeymooners, which I guess was
50s.
50s.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing. There was every single costume from every major character in Batman, the 66 Batman. All the biggies. Batman, Robin, Riddler, Joker, Catwoman, Penguin, Batgirl, plus some other stuff. So they had a lot of that, right?
Oh yeah, and then they had the entire cast of the Munsters.
Munsters, that's true.
Their costumes and the head appliances for Herman. They had I Dream of Jeannie, a couple of I Dream of Jeannie costumes. What else?
Wonder Woman, a full Wonder Woman costume.
Yep. Lost in Space, a bunch of Lost in Space
stuff.
Star Trek,
the horror Kirk and Spock.
They even had the Flying Nuns.
Nun. That's right. And then they had the Honeymooners costumes.
Yeah.
Bewitched.
And they had Henry Winkler, Fonzie jacket.
I think in the auction there were two Fonzie leather jackets in the auction. So
there was some really cool stuff to see.
Oh,
yeah. And then
any of the vehicles there?
No. This is a pretty small space. That's why I was
they
surprised
crammed
how
a
much was
lot
there.
of stuff into this space this time around.
He had replicas made, I don't know if you saw this, of a whole bunch of iconic TV vehicles, including like Batgirl Cycle, the Monkeys GTO, Back to the Future, DeLorean, but he has the original Beverly Hillbillies truck.
That's not in this auction. We both went through the catalog.
I wonder if that's going to like a vehicle car auction or something.
This is a standing collection of his. That's interesting.
So he had a lot of stuff. I mean,
he's into a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the last time Dave and I went through and saw everything that was there in like a half hour and then went off to dinner. And this time, I think we were there like an hour and a half and we had to run out of there and we probably could have stayed longer because we were talking to people and we met some really nice people there that are really into
collectors. Yeah, really. And it's funny. You look around and you're like, I know I've seen some of these people before. And then someone came up to us and like, do we know you? And like, and then we were at the prop store auction. They were there, and they were at the previous auction. So we've seen these people. So they were nice to talk.
We're starting to see some familiar faces now that we've been attending these things.
So that was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. We'll post pictures. I mean, we've already got some pictures out on our personal socials, but we'll post some pictures on Regular Joe's Instagram.
Yeah. The auction
is coming up on October 24th.
24th. Okay, so that's coming up.
And it's heritage.com, ha.com.
ha.com, yeah. And then there's doing a Walking Dead auction there's a good preview for. I don't know if we're going to that one.
I'm less interested in that.
Yeah.
I mean, again, not that I'm necessarily bidding on an I Dream of Jeannie costume, but just seeing this stuff in person was great.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was cool.
Really cool.
Todd, it was interesting. They had a Major Nelson flight suit, not for
cool.
but it had a patch on it. I'll send you a picture. The patch was for Apollo 14, and it said Nelson, Healy, and then some other guy. So I guess they were trying to say they were on Apollo 14. I guess this is before Apollo 14 because the show ended in 70.
Right. Yep.
That was cool.
They probably never thought anybody would even be able to read the patch on TV.
Which you probably, hey, I watched it on a 10-inch black and white television, so.
Right, yep.
But
even just seeing the Honeymooners stuff in person to me was so impressive. Like, the other thing that was really cool, they had the shoe phone from Get Smart.
Oh, yeah. They had a bunch of props. It's definitely more costumes, I think, than props. This guy also has a giant Jackie Gleason collection. I mean, that's not for everybody, but...
he's got the sink from the Honeymooners, from their apartment.
I'm reading about this guy. It is... You got to check out his vehicle collection. It is amazing. He's got a Batmobile. He's got, again, the Beverly Hills Millie, the Monkey Wagon, Starsky and Hutch car, the Munsters coffin thing, a Ghostbusters vehicle, Speed Racer, the family truckster.
I'm curious
he was
what happened to all of that stuff.
He was very into how it was displayed because he had mannequins made up in the likeness of the actors for almost every costume.
This is amazing.
Some of them,
I had never heard of this guy.
Gilligan's Island, too.
Oh, yeah, there was also the Gilligan's Island cast.
The Marianne...
Some of the mannequins were so lifelike, and then some of them were, like, not lifelike at all.
The Marianne looked like Dawn Wells was standing in the room. It was it was probably the best mannequin of all of them. It was interesting.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
So we'll as these things pop up and as there are things we're interested in, we'll definitely continue to go to them because it's fun.
Yeah, we'll see. I think they'll have a winter auction too. It sounds like they're doing more previews. I had been to a couple, but it seems like they're doing them more, which is good. Hopefully Propster does it too, because that was a fun one too.
Yeah, that was, again, that one was more like, was it 7 or 8 items, but they were incredible
Yeah,
items.
yeah, that was for sure. Anyway, moving right along. So, Peacemaker, it's season 2. There are 8 episodes in this season. We just watched episode 6. So if you're not watching, you should. If you didn't watch first season, the first season was a little
You're very
different
late to
than
the game.
this. Yeah.
But
But
if you think it's John Cena and it's not your thing, it's a great show.
If you have not seen this, you don't know what it is. Okay.
yeah.
And that is the thing. We said that last year. It's
Yeah.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully to John Cena, because he's actually great in this show.
He's great in this.
it's been fantastic.
But this is James Gunn's baby. You know,
James
Gunn
at his best. He knows how
and
to,
it's his favorite thing he does.
he knows how to put disparate groups of people together and get the best out of them. That is his forte. It's why there was a cluster of superheroes in the Superman movie. It's why Guardians was so great. It's why Creature Commandos is great. It's just he knows how to play people off one another, and this show is just awesome on so many levels. They built off everything last season, and came back with it, and just it's been phenomenal.
I think I like this season better than last season.
I
Last
do
season
too,
was a little all over the place, but this is definitely much
know these people,
digging more into the characters.
And now it's like, I mean, basically you've got like this whole cluster of narcissists who've got their own issues, who for some reason are have had some degree of efficacy together, but have every character is messed up in some way, which makes it so much fun to watch.
In many ways, it feels like.
Yeah, at least many ways. So the crux of this season is he uses a dimensional portal. And as I said before, we are so tired of the multiverse thing. It's been done. It's been overdone. This is one of the most creative uses of multiverse we've seen in a long time. He gets the access to this dimensional portal, and he finds the world that in his expectation is absolutely perfect. It's, everything that's wrong with his life is right for the individual, for his doppelganger in this world, whom he inadvertently kills almost immediately, and then assumes his role and his position. And it's just great.
And he basically leaves his dimension behind and wants to live there because his father is alive and not an asshole. His brother's alive who had died as a child. So
his man,
Hardcourt, who's
right, and he spent his whole life feeling responsible for his brother's death.
And the girl who he loves in his universe loves him in this universe. It does not in the real universe.
And it is also like just a much like a very different character. And just the other idea I thought was absolutely brilliant was like having Rick Flag show up and be a completely different Rick Flag. It's like, so, I mean, I give such credit to James Gunn for getting him to do that. Here's this guy that he killed in the previous, and now he's just a dweeb in this universe. And it's like, oh God, it's just so good.
Let me just give you both. I may have mentioned to you, but I give you both a recommendation. There is a video podcast have you seen it, Todd? That goes along with this show, hosted by James Gunn. So it's James Gunn, it's Jen Holland, and it's Steve Agee. Jen's his wife and plays Harcourt, and then Steve Agee's Economos. And then they have rotating people from the show. It digs into everything by episode. I watched all of them while I was building these freaking cabinets because I had hours upon hours of doing it. I totally recommend it. They dig into every aspect of these shows, these episodes.
So the really clever thing with this is they give you just little glimpses of this other universe, and you're seeing it from his perspective, which is very monoscopic. He's really focused on Harcourt. He's really focused on his brother and the things that, that he is denied in his own universe, and isn't looking at the bigger picture. But because we're seeing things through his eyes, we're not seeing the bigger picture also. And when that's revealed,
because we mainly see what goes on in his father's house and what goes on in the Argus office.
But we've also he's driven down the street in a motorcycle. This is there's been a number of opportunities. They've been out to eat in restaurants. There's a number of opportunities.
Well, so I'll say this: up until the reveal in this episode, I had not thought twice about the big reveal.
And that is what I'm saying.
Either.
Nobody has.
Did not. No one saw this coming, right?
Yeah.
They apparently showed this to focus groups who didn't pick up on it, and there were people of color in the focus groups. Okay, I mean, this is a very whitewashed society in this world that he lives in, and it's and James Gunn said that this is, he used basically The Man in the High Castle as a jumping off point, which was a book his first Philip K. Dick book that he read. And so there is a existing long-running DC thing with Earth X, which is an alternate reality where the Nazis won the Second World War, and he kind of spun off the same thing, which I guess was a spin-off of the Philip K. Dick idea. But this is a society that is, it follows Nazi ideology in some way.
Fully embraced the Nazi ideology.
The American flag.
Every desk we see, every time we see an American flag, it is totally hanging down around the flagpole. Nothing so that you can see it, because this stars have been replaced with a swastika. And it's
right.
so,
and the reveal doesn't happen until I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Harcourt?
No.
The black girl is walking down the street,
yeah,
and everybody starts reacting to it, and one of them says, "One of them got out."
Yeah, it's a black.
One of
them
got
out.
And they're chasing them,
and they're
chasing her,
and it's. Oh,
that, God. I mean, it is. No one saw this coming, right? No one saw anything.
Okay, but here's the thing.
God, no.
There's so many. Okay, look at the opening dance now. Okay, look at the opening dance. His first moves in the opening dance, okay, is arm hook. Arm hook. He's making a swastika. He's making a swastika.
I don't watch the opening every week,
you got to watch it. The opening is the best part. But yeah, it's right arm hooked up, left arm hooked down, and then he reverses.
Oh my God. I didn't even realize that.
Funny. It's like, oh my God, it's right there.
And then what's so funny is that Harcourt immediately picks up on it, right? Like she immediately picks up on like what's going on here. And it's funny if I got this from, so at one point, I mean, this is more for our conversation. If you're listening to our explanation of this episode, you should go watch the series. But anyway,
my God. Yeah.
So one of the things I didn't pick up at the first watch was Harcourt comes in, the dogs start barking because she had cocaine on her jacket from something.
Yeah.
They're giving the dog German commands.
Were they? See that? Yeah. I did not see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so clever and so yeah.
And as a side thing, the whole thing that went on with Vigilante, and he just wanted to go find himself, and
he finds himself, and he's basically identical.
He's best friends with himself now, basically.
Well, except the fact that he's a Nazi, really. He hates Harcourt.
No, he's not. He's a member
of the Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty. They're fighting the Nazis.
Are they?
He's against. He says he's against everything Peacemaker's for.
So okay, that makes more sense.
He is in the resistance, and that's the thing. So it's like that is the turn there.
Oh, that makes more sense. He may help.
The other reason that so his father apparently came out as gay and left his mother.
Yeah.
Okay, and here. His father's here. His father's not gay. No, his father probably still is gay.
Yeah,
but you don't come out in a Nazi society.
That's funny.
I got to say, one of the funniest things was when they went to his house the first time, and his mother
Oh my
sharing
God, the way
the
he talks to his
impression that he
mother.
gave, what he had told them about them, and it's like, oh God, that like Harcourt's his ex-girlfriend.
And he broke up with her because she's too slutty.
He broke up with her because she's
Oh
too
my God.
slutty.
Everyone in that show is so good. It's not even funny. And the funny thing is, was it this? No, I don't know what episode it was of the podcast. The guy who plays Vigilante has the most, in real life, has the most proper English accent.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I
It's
saw
like
him I saw him in
crazy.
something else. It's yeah. And I was like, oh my God, that's the same guy.
When Peacemaker's brother Keith is talking to Harcourt and he's like, I've never seen you in pants. And she's like, what do I walk around in my underwear?
Like there's no other option other than pants.
Right. She can't fathom wearing a dress.
I love even imagine
real world Harcourt. I think she's such a hard ass. It's so great.
It's but
and that whole
it's a
Barry,
great show. I mean, I did not ever imagine myself saying this would be a great show, but it's a great show.
I like it so much more than last year. And I got to tell you, watching that podcast helped so much because you really, really, and the way James Gunn talks about sometimes his motivation and stuff about different things. But
yeah, I'm going to go back and get caught up.
He's written 3 of the 6 episodes so far, and he did this while doing Superman. This was made.
He talks about he was
consecutively with Superman.
Yeah,
we haven't even got to the
other big. I think, but the other thing, Barry, the whole conversation of what is the world's greatest band, the Beatles or Halloween?
I know.
And
then when he says Mick Jagger is the lead, what do you mean Mick Jagger is the lead singer?
But apparently, I think, and I don't know them at all, Halloween is a German metal band, which would make sense in Nazi America. I'm surprised it wasn't Rammstein. That may have been too obvious.
But what's so crazy is that in an episode of this show where Lex Luthor shows up, that's not the big reveal.
That's a big deal. So Flag goes to get help against Peacemaker, and I was shocked that's who it was. That was 2 huge shocks in this. And it's funny, on the podcast, James Gunn has been like, episode 6. When we get to episode 6, all hell breaks loose. And
the great thing is, like, so Lex is going to go from being like persona non grata to working with Superman. So something's got to happen between those 2 films. And
these tie into Man Tomorrow. I'm pretty sure
he's going to earn himself a pardon, or he's going to do something,
or he's at least going to be helpful enough that when all hell breaks loose in that next movie, they pull him out and team him up with Superman.
This. It's funny for something that we see Peacemaker in Superman. They totally, and they said on the podcast, this is not, don't bring your kids Superman and then come home and watch this series. You should not see this. Yeah. But they really seem like they're tying these 2 together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
I'm sure it'll be done in a way that you don't need to have seen this in order to understand it when you see the next Superman movie.
But it's crazy that I was shocked they brought Lex in. And he said they literally built a little tiny set while they were shooting Superman and shot it during that.
Frank Grillo was playing the same character in Superman. So he was there, and it was it's just a little throwaway scene they made. And so good. So good.
There's so many little funny things.
I gotta say, as much concern as I have about the Marvel Universe and what they're doing, every minute of this show makes me feel like, okay, I don't have to worry about what DC is going to do.
No, I trust James Gunn. I mean, we used to trust Kevin Feige, but I don't know. I think, again, and hey, up through Endgame, they could do no wrong for sure. But
I would take 1 film a year, or 1 film every 18 months from James Gunn that kept everything cohesive and on a track, versus 3 films a year where 2 were a miss and 1 was kind of okay.
Maybe the fact that he's a writer, director, and again, nothing against Kevin Feige. He has a huge job, but the fact that he's a writer, director gives him different sensibilities to keep things on track more.
He's also more hands-on than, I think, it's like this is not find the auteur you're going to bring in and have hand the property off to them.
I'm not defending Feige, but they're not that far in yet.
That's what I was going to say. They've made one
been able
movie.
to be.
That's it.
He's been
I
able
know
to be
that, but I'm
focused
saying
so far.
he's made one movie, but like the animated series was great. The 2 seasons of Peacemaker have been great. The stuff that
and Penguin was fantastic.
Penguin was fantastic.
That wasn't under his tutelage. He's really it's funny.
But
he does talk about what's canon and what's not. Season 1 of Peacemaker is not canon for the DC universe. They call it the DC Extended Universe.
Yeah, right.
In the past and now, and then he's like, well, now this is canon. Yes, we mentioned this. So he's very specific about what he calls canon and what is not.
Well, with reshooting that one end scene, he basically said, it was kind of like, yeah.
He said Justice League. He did. I do think I went back and I watched the last episode of the podcast. They shot the first season podcast as a rewatch, was only done right before the second season came out.
Yeah.
So it wasn't there last year. And then in the end, he's like, at Justice League isn't canon. Justice Gang is. So that's why he tweaked things.
Well, with the fun, we've never seen this before. In the previously on Peacemaker, they changed the lines in the flashback scenes. They changed the lines to reference the characters who were now in the, who they retconned in. And it was like there was a I think a Flash comment that they changed to Green Lantern, and it was just, yeah. But you can do that. And again, it was the easiest way to do this.
It's his universe now.
It's his universe. And
as long as he doesn't change anybody to say McClunky, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a long road ahead of him. And, because look how many years are we into the MCU? It's 2008. So it's been almost 20 years.
Right.
18 years.
Yeah.
They're basically at year 1, if you're really, according to him anyway. Even though he did the Suicide Squad, that's not all necessarily canon to him. It starts with Superman and Peacemaker season 2 and Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
So, well, and it sounds like they're wrapped on Supergirl. So they've made 2 movies. They just have only released one so far.
Right. But it's also, we're also on track to have a movie each summer. So it's with a smaller thing in between, I think. I'm like I said, I'm excited.
Oh, me too.
This has just been great. And I tell you again, to see something that when you're sitting there and you're like, this should have been obvious. I should have picked up on this. It's just like, it's so brilliant. It's just really, really, the twists have been great.
Other than that's not true. I'm just saying there are.
Oh no, you go.
There's not a ton of people of color in their real world, but there are.
But they brought Tim Meadows in, and he's in almost every single scene.
And
the other reality, to the point of being annoying,
is a key character for sure.
As a key character,
Tim Meadows is hysterical with his nickname.
Bird blindness. It's just
bird blindness, and
you told me it was a duck. It's like and yeah. the whole thing with the with Rooker. It's yeah. It's just,
the Rooker stuff was great.
I
think it's Adebayo.
Adebayo, yeah.
Captain Cultural Appropriation.
But his Nick's Pony Boy, and then calls that girl whatever.
Yeah,
it's funny.
It's
and James Gunn went to that girl and said, "Look." He calls a girl titties because she's the only girl. And he went to her and said, look, are you okay with this? You have to understand you're going to be walking down the street and people are going to be yelling out, hey, titties to you. And she's like, I love it. So,
yeah,
that final shot where she was running and then she, as the camera pans, you just see the mob of people chasing her.
I don't know how they're going to get her out of that.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's so funny. There's so many little things. That weird alien.
Well, the way they're going to get out of here is he has a jetpack. I think he's going to swoop down, pick her up or something.
I hope so. That weird alien in the multiverse that like.
Yeah.
He's just always throwing things in the garbage.
He's just
And
throwing dead rodents in the
I say
garbage.
hello to him every time, and he says nothing.
He never says anything. Yep. And I love that the alternate universe has a drop ceiling. It's like, it's just, yeah. Or
It's good. If you haven't watched, we haven't spoiled everything, but you should be watching. So
You really should.
check that out. Okay. Let's go. What's in the box?
Show you with the box. Who's in the box? Oh, what's in the box? What's in the box?
Regular Joe's What's in the Box.
Barry, what's in the box?
I've got a new Hot Toy figure, which I have not gotten one in a little bit. This is 395 days since I ordered it. I always keep track. This is the Endor Han Solo from Hot Toys. This is only the second version of, well, third technically, but really second primary version of Han Solo that they've done in like all the years they've been doing them. They did the A New Hope regular uniform, and they've done like 8 Lukes. They've never done another Han. They did one Han and Stormtrooper armor. That was the only other one they ever did.
They didn't do the Hoth Han?
Nope. They didn't do Hoth. They didn't do Bespin. They haven't done any other.
Or
Han,
in the blue jacket or gray jacket, depending on who you are.
They haven't.
Interesting.
So the figure is amazing. The head sculpt on him is probably the best Harrison Ford that they've done.
Is he movable eyes? He looks very surprised there.
Yeah, well, I have his eyes off to the side. He does have the movable eyes. You can take the trench coat doesn't come on. I put it comes with it and I put it on. But if you don't have the trench coat on, it's basically the vest and the uniform that you would see in A New Hope. But for people that didn't get,
he wears
Empire.
that different thing in.
He's got the Empire uniform.
It's a different vest. No, it's not Empire. It's Return of the Jedi. He's got a different vest on in Return of the Jedi.
No, I know it's Return of the Jedi, but I'm saying if you take the trench coat off, it looks like the basic Han Solo figure. So for people that didn't get one, because that one's been sold out for over 10 years.
What color is the stripes on his pants?
The stripes are yellow, so that's different.
Everyone knows the Star Wars ones are red.
Dave. I'm not
Barry,
saying
I'm
it's
surprised
exactly
you don't
the
know
same.
that.
What
I do know that. You're not listening to me. Shut the fuck up.
What are the Empire ones? What color are the Empire ones, Dave?
I don't know.
Brown, I think.
But my point is, it would substitute for somebody who doesn't have a Han Solo. That is the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
What about that gun? The gun has a
the gun is the
silver
same
muzzle.
as the Empire.
The Star Wars one has a black muzzle.
Well, it also has a totally different scope.
Exactly.
It's a totally different gun.
Yes,
Yes.
you're wrong.
Dave, why don't you be quiet and let me finish my what's in the box now? My only complaint about the figure is that it doesn't come with much. It comes with a ridiculously large base, which I will not use.
Lovely.
It's got a big platform and rocks and stuff. And unless you have him in a very just standing straight up position, he doesn't even fit standing on this thing, which is nuts. It also comes with a log you can put on the base, which again,
It's very
don't
nice
need
log.
that. He comes with a bunch of hands, and he comes with the trench coat, and that's it. And for a $290 retail figure, I think, I don't think they're overcharging for this. I just think these figures are getting higher and higher price points now. But we've seen a lot of other figures that are at a lower retail price that come with more accessories. I don't know what else I would have needed him to come with, but
Well, that's the thing. How many of our accessories are all in the boxes in the attic?
I know, but it just
basement.
it felt a little light.
Yeah. No, I get
He could have come with a carbonite block. He could have come with something. You know what I mean? But it's a great figure, and the head sculpt is great. The movable eyes give it a lot of options for different expressions. The coat is super thin material. It's got wires in all of the edges, so you can really pose it really well. It's a great figure, so I'm not knocking it anyway. I'm glad I have it, but I would like for them to do some type of Empire, whether it's Hoth or something. They kind of need to do that, especially now that they've got Chewbacca coming out with C-3PO on his back. They'll have basically all the main characters from Empire.
With him in that jacket, it's surprising.
Yeah, I mean, either in the Hoth gear or just in the blue jacket. Like, they've got to do at least one of those, if not both. So
Yeah.
But it's a great figure. So I'm happy I have it.
Cool.
So, Todd, what's in the box?
Okay. So I have shockingly, I have an Iron Man figure. This is from Hano Studios by way of Hot Toys. I don't know how that works, but this is something I have wanted since I got my first 1/6 scale Iron Man figure. And it is freaking awesome. It is the comic book accurate Iron Man.
Oh, look at that. Oh, early comic
That's cool.
book.
And well, he comes with two
I was gonna
helmets.
say.
I like the pointy one, but he's got two faceplates for the helmet. And basically just pretty simple, 2 sets of hands, fists, and then kind of repulsor hands. This is kind of cool. You see that? The light comes on.
Oh, that's cool.
The little pods go on his belt with their magnets. Really, really cool. And so the legs are rubbery, they bend. The feet are rubbery, they bend. Arms, same thing. You can put them in a whole bunch of different positions, whatever you want. Just really, really cool. And it looks exactly like classic Iron Man. It looks like a million little 6-inch figures that I've got an Iron Man, but he's on the same scale as all my other Iron Man figures.
How did he?
That's cool.
How did that metal form around his arms?
What do you mean? It's a comic book, Dave.
I know.
Go with it. Okay.
Wait, Dave is really nitpicking our.
I always had an issue with that.
Dave, like all of it. He's just all about questioning things. It's there's no suspension of disbelief in Dave tonight. But this is, like I said, just a really, really nice figure and totally comic book accurate. The scale is perfect. The size is perfect. Earlier, I bought the Wolverine that they made. I have still yet to unbox it, but I'm going to unbox it and put him in the same on the same shelf with him. This is really, really cool. I want, if Hano Toys people or Hano Studios people listening, I would like a comic book accurate Moon Knight and Daredevil also, because this is just great and really, really nice. Sideshow made a pass at this figure a couple of years ago and put like a bunch of circuitry on it and did all this kind of stuff to make it more elaborate looking. And this is all you need. This is the classic, costume. He's got a light up repulsor in his chest. And I'm super pleased with this. And just like I said, just a great, great figure. And it looks awesome. It looks awesome.
That's cool.
We're so excited for this. So, so
it's excellent.
Yeah.
Dave?
So I have a tiny thing, but it came in an envelope, not a box. These are ID cards. Speaking of sort of the DCU, these are ID cards actually from the TV show Arrow. They, so there's an Argus one. Argus Security, I saw this. I'm like, I had Argus on the mind because I've been watching Peacemaker, and then Star City Police. They sold a ton of Arrow stuff in an auction. I think it was a Hanlon's auction, smaller auction company, and they sold these in tons of lots. And a guy I know through Facebook or was in the groups. Some of the groups are in Facebook, I guess, bought a ton of these and then it's just parting them out. So I got an Argus one and I got a Star City, and they're like ID cards, and one's a little badge that you would wear around your neck.
Oh, so those aren't replicas.
These are not replicas. These were made
that's cool.
for the show.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so they were cool. Like I said, the Argus thing, Advanced Research Group, United Support. That makes no sense, but whatever.
No, it doesn't. It's one of those things when you have a word and you try to make
exactly
acronym.
The word sounds cool.
But those
That's all that
cool. I'll
matters.
put those someplace.
So as we're wrapping up, do you have an update for us from Dave's workshop?
Let's see. What am I? My favorite customer, and I do have a favorite customer, doing a bunch of plaques for him. I think I've done like 60 plaques for his stuff. He's got quite the collection. So I'm working on a bunch. What are they? I think there's a Battlestar Galactica, some stuff. There's some Sequest. He's got such a collection. It's crazy. So I'm working on that. This will be a longer term project. I'm working on an original pull from the alien head from the original 79 Alien, a case for that. That's going to take a while. Some other odds and ends. So yeah, I'm keeping busy. If you need a display or a plaque for anything, check out fromdavesworkshop.com. You can reach out to me at fromdavesworkshop@gmail.com, and hopefully we can do something. And that's the show.
All right.
Next week, big stuff. Big stuff next week.
You'll just have to wait till next week
Yeah,
to tune in and find out what it is.
So will we.
We've got top men on it. Top men.
Top men. We got top men.
Our top guys are figuring it out right now.
Exactly. And maybe we'll talk displays and how we've all put together these monstrosities of cabinets. Boy,
they're beautiful display cases. They're just a beast.
Oh
to
my
put
God,
together.
they're such a monster to put together. We'll talk more about that. And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.